Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Iron Maiden reaction video, where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, my mouse is playing games with me again. It literally will just like, you click it once and it will literally take you to the main screen. So, we move on, ladies and gentlemen, to the back half of Iron Maiden Senjutsu, and we start on the backward, the back journey, ladies and gentlemen, with the Time Machine, named after the 1895 H.G. Wells dystopian science fiction novel of the same name. By the way, I don't know if they still do this or not, but I remember 6 years ago, I literally managed to get a free audio book of the Time Machine, narrated by Kelsey Grammer of all people. So, I honestly, if I'm being completely honest as well, I can't really remember too much about it, apart from Alexander. I can't even remember like how they would even describe people from the future. But then again, considering if H.G. Wells could have saw into 2025, I don't really think he would have said, "We've got much hope." I could seriously see that much. And in fact, to be honest, the only difference really between the Time Machine and the only real difference between 1895 and 2025 is that if you ask people what mutton was, they probably just look at you and say, a dog or something like that. Yeah, let me know in the comments, by the way, if you guys know what mutton is. That's, you never know, it might start something. So with that being said, let's see if Iron Maiden can bring us to the future, or at least to a world HG. You know, there's a crater on the surface of the moon named after Wells, I think. Anyway, let's go. I'll certainly say this much: is that I do think I like it, but I'm not entirely sure why I like it. I don't know if it's just because it sounds more like an orchestrated sort of putting. It's more like, I don't know if I could describe it as more like choreographed play-by-play of the story of the Time Machine, or whether or not it's just because it's Bruce Dickinson telling us this. Is that what I think it is? Oh, hang on a minute. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was The Time Machine by Iron Maiden. And probably alone out of so many things we've covered on Senjutsu, is that this is the one that I'm probably very conflicted about. Because in some ways, I think it's just kind of average. But then again, I do have to give Iron Maiden their flowers, because they tried a lot of very different sort of ideas for this. They tried out They tried out a melody that was a lot more akin to a lot of their later material. They also tried to put in something of like almost like a very prog rock edge to their riff, so that like it's like they try like they send you through time, and then you go through like different as like you go from light years to quantum leaps. I think it's done to sort of like give you an idea about what they would like, how they would imagine they would try to like send you through time. And I do think that that kind of like that thought that went into it probably was it was probably a really cool idea. The only thing that I'm kind of a little bit uncertain of is that I don't know if it like has the sort of like, and I know this is going to be a bit of a weird thing to put out there, but honestly, maybe having something a bit harder or maybe a little bit faster in places. And I think I only say this because after listening to this, then there's only one thing that actually came to my mind: Caught Somewhere in Time. And I think you guys probably already know why that is, because Caught Somewhere in Time is low-key one of the absolute best Iron Maiden songs that I think they've ever done. But with that being said, I can't say that about the Time Machine, because I can't. Those two, because those two are like so, they are very, very different to each other. So like trying to compare them is rather fruitless, because the difference is 35 years, and this is sort of the way that Iron Maiden just sort of did it. And to be fair, they do try like to do something a bit different, and shaking things up is always a cool idea. Maybe it just wasn't for me in terms of execution, but that's also kind of like the problem with like having longer songs anyway, is because you have to not only make them last, but you've also got to make them stay in your mind. They've got to be the thing that keeps you around. So I wouldn't say I'm like totally enamored by Iron Maiden's The Time Machine, but I also don't dislike it. I probably respect it maybe more than I like it, which that still counts for a lot, if nothing else. So I hope all of you guys enjoyed this reaction video to The Time Machine, and I can't wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. So take care, and bye-bye for now.